Off of Main Street, in the sleepy town of Magnolia Grove, a new chapter was brewing, and it started with a ribbon cutting. I fiddled with the giant red ribbon stretched across the entrance of my newly finished cafe, and my stomach did more flips than an Olympic gymnast. This was it, the grand opening. My chance to prove that leaving behind my true crime podcast for a quaint coffee shop in Magnolia Grove wasn't a complete mental breakdown. It had been a couple of months since I'd traded in my microphone and big city life for an espresso machine in a small town, swapping the adrenaline rush of chasing leads for the more subdued excitement of perfecting muffin making. The constant stress of investigating gruesome crimes, not to mention an overzealous fan-turned-stalker, had finally pushed me to seek out a quieter life. Magnolia Grove, with its tree-lined streets and unhurried pace, seemed like the perfect place to start over. A town where the biggest drama was usually which jam would win at the county fair, not which suspect was most likely to be a serial killer. Well, at least until the recent murder at the Beauregard mansion. But I was trying not to dwell on that little hiccup in my quest for small-town tranquility. Yet as I stood there, watching the town gather for my grand opening ceremony on that sunny autumn day, I wondered if I'd made the right choice. Could Parker Hayes, former host of the hit podcast Criminally Yours, really find fulfillment in serving up cappuccinos and cookies instead of cracking cases? And as far as the anomaly of Tate Beauregard's murder, which I'd recently solved, the town had seemed to heal like a broken bone, stronger at the point of fracture. The community had come together, supporting one another through the shock and grief, and now seemed even more tightly knit than before. "Anything I can do?" Whit, town historian and official charmer, approached. His dark hair, touched with silver at the temples, caught the morning light, and that infectious grin of his lit up his handsome face. As always, he managed to look effortlessly stylish in a casual button-down shirt and well-worn jeans. I gestured at the cafe entrance. "Unless you can magically make this ribbon behave and guarantee my coffee doesn't send anyone into cardiac arrest, I think I'm good." He chuckled, reaching over to straighten the bow. "In my humble opinion, you've got this, Parker. Besides, your coffee's more likely to raise the dead than kill anyone." "Gee, thanks. Just what every cafe owner wants to hear." As we bantered, the town started to gather on the sidewalk and in the street. The town had temporarily closed off this little portion of Main Street for the ceremony. The scene was like a Hallmark movie come to life, minus the romance, though with Whit around, who knows. I ducked inside the cafe for one last check, marveling at its transformation. The dilapidated mess I'd first encountered was now a distant memory. In its place stood a cozy, inviting space that exceeded my wildest dreams. Clyde's reassuring words from that first day echoed in my mind. "It's fixable, Parker." I'd been ready to cut my losses and flee to another country, but his unwavering confidence had kept me grounded. My gaze swept over the polished counters, gleaming espresso machine, and exposed brick walls. The rich aroma of freshly ground coffee beans filled the air. Mist-matched vintage furniture from Emmett Bennett's liquidation sale added character to every corner. Ornate Victorian chairs nestled up to sleek mid-century tables, creating an eclectic charm that screamed quirky coffee shop rather than couldn't afford a matching set. An antique apothecary cabinet behind the counter housed my extensive tea collection, its tiny drawers perfect for storing exotic blends. Each piece had a story, much like the colorful characters of Magnolia Grove. My favorite touch was the speckled antique mirror glass along the back wall behind the handcrafted oak counter and wooden stools. A smile tugged at my lips as I took it all in. Clyde hadn't just been right. He'd been a miracle worker. This place was everything I'd hoped for and more.